Because you'd be in jail.
Secretary Clinton.
Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Well, it looks like lefties just lost the ability to deny another story. You know, there have been so many massive scandals over the last couple of years, mainly involving Democrat swamp creatures, the Clintons, the Bidens, people working for the CIA and the FBI, and up until now, the left-wing tactic has been complete denial. Well, that never happened. There's no evidence to suggest that. That's a conspiracy theory, is what they always say. Well, no longer. You can't say it anymore. Of course, you're probably thinking that I'm talking about the Hunter Biden laptop scandal, the laptop from hell, which yes, is one story, but we're talking about Hillary Clinton and Christopher Steele's infamous salacious dossier that led to the approval of that corrupt FISA warrant to spy on Donald Trump's campaign. It's no longer a conspiracy theory. It's no longer a theory. It's no longer a right-wing talking point. It is now confirmed. Initially, what I always used as my source was that UK court document where Christopher Steele himself alleged that the DNC and Hillary Clinton's campaign funded his dossier. I mean, that's from the source himself, but of course, that wasn't enough. Democrats still claiming it's a Donald Trump conspiracy theory. Well, now the FEC has just fined the Hillary Clinton 2016 campaign of a federal elections violation in relation to her funding of the Steele dossier. This is confirmation. Hillary Clinton can't run away from it, and lefties who defend her and are still convincing themselves that Hillary Clinton is worth standing by, well, they have lost all credibility in all of their arguments. Hillary Clinton is guilty. And what we're seeing here with the FEC finding Hillary Clinton's campaign should definitely just be the start, because it doesn't even come close to justice. Let me show you guys the update. Let's talk about it. Of course, its implications, especially in relation to Donald Trump's new lawsuit. But before we get into any of it, please make sure to leave a like, a comment, subscribe, share the video as much as possible. We are still shadow banned by the YouTube algorithm, hidden from non-subscribed viewers. And with that out of the way, let's roll the tape. All right, folks, take a look at this. This is vindication. This is confirmation. Hillary Clinton is guilty as charged. FEC fines Clinton campaign DNC for funding Steele dossier. The Federal Election Commission has fined Hillary Clinton's 2016 presidential campaign and the Democratic National Committee DNC for lying about funding a discredited dossier which attempted to smear then candidate Donald Trump, the Washington Examiner reported. A dossier written by former British intelligence officer Christopher Steele was circulated to the FBI and media outlets before the 2016 election. Its unproven assertions that Russians had embarrassing information about Trump and some of his campaign's advisors were meant to damage Donald Trump. The FEC said Clinton and the DNC violated strict rules on describing expenditures of payments funneled to the opposition research firm Fusion GPS through their law firm, the Examiner reported on Wednesday. The FEC, in a memo to Coolidge Reagan Foundation, which filed a complaint more than 3 years ago, said it fined Hillary Clinton's treasurer $8,000 and the DNC treasurer $105,000. This may well be the first time that Hillary Clinton, one of the most evidently corrupt politicians in American history, has actually been held legally accountable, and I'm proud to have forced the FEC to do their job for once. Dan Becker, who brought the complaint on behalf of the foundation, which focuses on free speech and the First Amendment, told the Examiner. And so, of course, a lot of you guys are probably thinking exactly what I'm thinking. A measly $100,000 fine is a complete joke, considering the amount of damage Hillary Clinton did, not only to national unity, Donald Trump, faith in American elections, and of course Russia-United States relations. Oh, and not to mention the damage she's done to the credibility of American federal agencies, like the FBI and the CIA. What Hillary Clinton did here was a massive political scandal, the likes of which hasn't been seen for generations. $100,000, I mean, give me a break. But I'm telling you folks, this is just the start. You notice how all of a sudden, out of nowhere, as Democrats are tanking when it comes to public support, and as the Democrat Party seems to be in a little bit of a transition period, away from the old political Democrat dynasties, well, it seems as though we're seeing almost like a shift, like they're being thrown under the bus. All of a sudden, Hunter Biden is under the spotlight again, possibly taking down his father Joe with him, as federal probes and investigations start to ramp up against the Biden crime family. And now, all of a sudden, after years and years and years of knowing exactly what Hillary Clinton did, the FEC finally admits it, just like the mainstream media finally admits the laptop from hell is real. Hillary Clinton's problems are just starting. The FEC giving her a little slap on the wrist is expected. But what does this mean in terms of John Durham's investigation? Her link is now confirmed. what she was doing with Fusion GPS and feeding this false information that her campaign and the DNC were literally paying for, fake, phony, salacious defamation that they then dishonestly funneled to the FBI, leaked to the media through BuzzFeed and I believe Washington Post, then corrupt figures in the FBI used it to get a phony FISA warrant. Now, if this whole thing falls on Hillary Clinton, which it seems it might actually at this point, depending on what John Durham is finding out with his investigation, well then for sure Hillary Clinton's problems are just getting started. This isn't justice. This is the first time Hillary Clinton has been found accountable, held accountable in an actual legal body, finds her guilty, charging her with a clear violation which she is then held accountable for, having to pay upwards of $100,000. But it's not the end. I mean, Donald Trump is coming for her for millions upon millions of dollars. We already covered that Donald Trump, I believe, is suing her for $24 million in damages, which again I'd say is still not enough considering the magnitude of her crime. Well, now that the FEC has officially confirmed that she was in fact behind the dirty dossier, that probably looks pretty good for Donald Trump in his lawsuit. Trump demands his reputation back after the FEC finds Hillary, the DNC, over Russia collusion hoax. This corruption is only beginning to be revealed, is un-American, and must never be allowed to happen again. Where do I go to get my reputation back? And that is exactly the perfect question. Donald Trump can never get his reputation back. There is a good segment of the population that is just not paying attention, or that is partisan in nature, that literally believes that Donald Trump was a Russian agent and was selling out American interests to Vladimir Putin in the Kremlin. That was Hillary Clinton's doing. That is textbook defamation at the highest level. There is clear harm and clear major damage to Donald Trump's reputation, and he can never get that back. Hillary Clinton must be held accountable, and everyone around her as well. This was a massive conspiracy by the Democrat establishment who was unwilling to accept the fact that they lost in 2016. They were to give over SCOTUS picks and to lose the power that they had accumulated under 8 years of Obama, and they were willing to do anything to get it back in an undemocratic shadow coup, showcasing the corruption of these Washington swamp creatures. $100,000 fine. I mean, for Pete's sakes. You could fine me $100,000 and it wouldn't affect my business. Hillary Clinton and the DNC working in the hundreds of millions of dollars, getting fined a measly $100,000 for their corruption and political crimes. What an absolute joke. They literally tried to undo an election. And those are the same people who are morally outraged at Donald Trump's rhetoric. And what a joke it truly is that those are the same people who are so morally outraged over Donald Trump's undemocratic rhetoric, the same people who claim they're trying to save democracy, or the same people who have desecrated American democracy. And it is time for accountability. That's what I got for you guys though. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like, a comment, subscribe, share it as much as possible. We are still shadow banned by the YouTube algorithm, hidden from non-subscribed viewers. I'm gonna get back to work. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.